Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of eXtelevision. I'm your host, eXtine. We have a fantastic game for you here. This is Classic Mix-Up versus Team IT on Koth Coal Plant. This happened a few days ago. This is a huge matchup from the ESEA Season 15 Invite Division between these two top teams. They also play the following week on CP Metalworks, which we will also have coverage of that coming your way. Now, before we get this game started, let's just run down the rosters real quick. We have Enigma and Squid on Scout. For Classic Mix-Up, Hard Blue is the Medic, Platinum and TLR on Soldier, while Seagull is the Demo Man. RR and Lansky on Soldier, while Sugar and Banny are the Scouts. Indust on Medic and Zalox on Demo Man. So let's get this going. Now, this is a reskin rewrap of Koth Asheville. But not a whole lot has changed. Definitely some nice nuances, slightly different. You see this middle section kind of reworked as we fly by. Seagull, though, uses it to have a very nice slick rollout, putting some stickies on that garage door, bringing that pressure. They're trying to get out here a little bit more while IT is stuffing their faces right now. Seagull gets a big loose cannon kill on, Indust. So much action coming down here very quickly. But Hard Blue also getting chased down. He did a really good job dodging for a while, but eventually Lansky, the last person alive for IT, comes flying over the top and gets the frag. That's a pretty clutch frag, as it really helps reset things for IT as they want to get in here and get some damage done so that they can retake the point. Slows down the build of a charge. Mix-Up would have had an advantage. Now slightly in IT's favor. RR very aggressive to start there, going out. Now Indust actually gets fragged over here. Sorry, it was just to the side of the camera by TLR. So I was mentioning uber advantages, but things just now swing in the opposite direction as Mix-Up gets that frag thanks to TLR. Very important. Big jump over the top, again putting on pressure. Hard Blue does a good job getting away so far. RR is going to follow up, chasing through the garage doors. Good surf by Hard Blue. Doesn't get through the door frame, though. He is able to slip down low, and Squid here comes in with the protect, gets the frag. Hard Blue is just going to run all the way back to spawn. So now we see IT in pretty good control of the point. They are at a disadvantage here from Hard Blue's charge. So they are going to have to be in a pretty defensive posture with back to that garage door, always fairly safe. Not as conservative as you could be. That's more of, Hard Blue's position where he was jumping down from there, though. Platinum pushes forward. They fall back a little bit. Hard Blue maybe for a second there was thinking of getting aggressive with it. They're just going to stack players on the point here. Here comes the jump. Pressure on Hard Blue. Scout on top of him. He is going to pop as he was at 65 health. That's just too risky to let that Scout keep pestering you. Indust has 95% uber charge, so they're just going to walk up from spawn. Hard Blue and company very far forward here. I like this, and certainly some of the reworks to Coal Plant does allow this as a sort of forward hole. IT in response are going to pop here. Kind of, the hand is kind of forced there, but in a sense, both teams going to be happy with that. Mix-Up only lost Platinum, forced the pop, and Team IT used the pop in a pretty good situation and got territory. Indust does surf away from that. Good reflexes from him, and IT going to be able to capture the point here. Some pressure coming up from that left side with Sugar getting a kill on Enigma. Big jump over from Lansky, destroying Hard Blue there. Seagull with the stickies is going to assist Platinum, who is at 80 health. And he's going to move in, though, and get that health back on the side. Feel pretty comfortable with that 165 health. We'll be able to do a bit of poking around. So Mix-Up getting set up on the deck here. You can see it's fairly far back with one Scout hanging out. I think that's Banny over there, hanging out on that rooftop. Mix-Up going to start to control the roofs. Pretty important in these engagements. Pressure coming over from the Mix-Up Scouts onto the point itself. But Enigma goes down there, and Sugar got a pistol kill on TLR as well at the same time. Also, Seagull going down to Lansky. So I guess, yeah, Lansky's back over here, so maybe Seagull is behind enemy lines a little bit. Mix-Up now looking to just kind of reset and see if they can get any frags here. Point distribution fairly even. Do have one player down low here, kind of RR doing some spotting. See that lower pathway has been taken out to that right-hand side. Or back to the middle. Yeah, interesting slight changes to this Asheville, but I think all the variations do help the game flow quite a bit. Platinum denied with an air shot, just slowing down his forward momentum as he was jumping in there. That means Indust and It have a good opportunity to work back in here. They don't need to recapture because Classic Mixup actually didn't finish it off. You see those loose cannon grenades being thrown over the top. Indust now forced to pop. Pretty decent position. Indust wants to go forward, but actually ahead of his scout Banny. Banny looking around, wants to clean things up. Does get squid there. Seagull pumping forward as well to try to just kind of keep the pressure up. But this is kind of tough for Mixup. They need to wait for a couple spawns. This is everybody on their team right here. You know, no way they're really going to have an impact on the 6 clustered players of Team It. Look at that. They're just flying forward. They say, let's go check deck. And 3 of them do it together. Very nice cohesion. Banny on the sides. Mixup now finally getting on the point right when they finally need to. Oh, God, no! Hard Blue not quite able to stand on it. That was kind of some desperation from there. Trying to just keep this round alive. But that's what you got to do. And let's watch It's roll out here. You see Zaylock's nice little surf from that. He's not going to take the jump over the top as Seagull was doing. But that was a grenade he didn't use to damage himself. In the end, he just takes the one from Platinum. So he's trying to control this rooftop right now, though. But TLR will fall onto his sticky. Zaylock needs to hit some pipes here. Oh, no, taken out. So Mixup again with a lead on this initial middle fight. Sugar and Banny, though, coming out here. Put some damage out with Seagull having his back to that garage door, though. And Harblue being there, they were able to just stay healed, stay healthy. I like this. The sharper ramp on this rim kind of helps protect this lower area a little bit more. Platinum does get the upper hand, though, in the angle game there. It looking to keep the pressure up. If they, you know, can maintain pressure here, then perhaps they can force a pop out of Harblue. I think that's, you know, really the hope here. Just get some good heals, get some good positioning, and then have an impact once you coax the Uber out. They're willing to play it slow in the meantime. Lansky jumps, but look at that surf from Harblue. He's going to get some good distance. Lansky, as he was trying to rotate through that upper area on the other side of that wall, was chased down by the scouts, and good devastation by Mixup. But that works for IT. You know, it's one of these situations where they didn't really lose much because they were just like, well, we just have to stand back and either force an Uber out or just build an Uber ourselves. And when you're in that scenario and the other team has, or you have about like 60%, that means you have time to just suicide a bunch of players, leave some people back to build, and you don't lose anything because you're still waiting for that Uber charge. Best result is that you pop an Uber. The worst result is nothing. You're just waiting for that Uber to build. That's a very important meta aspect of Viaduct, and it have been pulling it off well so far this map, and Mixup definitely playing that aspect as well. I mean, they're playing it well better than I can express it, as these are 2 of the top teams and 6s in North America. Seagull doing some defense there as Mixup getting a really good initial hold on this with, oh man, great damage on Indust. And it's losing their medic, only 3 players up. The heals are out here on Seagull. If TLR stays up here and they just keep spitting damage out, looks like they did get some very nice damage. Well, not too much damage on Zaylox, enough to scare him away. Do get a frag on RR. So they're keeping the advantages and building upon them. So that's excellent. That's definitely going to help them potentially get this round win here. You can see through the walls, thanks to this advanced spectator plugin, that it's starting to roll out here. Good skip jump by RR. Oh, and he does connect with Enigma. We just saw the brief end of that. Great frags. And here comes a flank, though, by Platinum. Gets right on top of Indust. Indust is going to skirt away. Platinum's going to chase. And this Uber didn't really get used for a whole lot of combat. Now, yeah, they've rotated around to that right side, but they're just trapped here. This is desperation. Nice frag on Lansky. That was important, but look where Harblue is. Oh, no. Yep, trapped behind enemy lines. Now they're just throwing players after players to try to rescue Harblue. Yeah, I think Platinum was wrong to chase there. Indust got away pretty quickly. If he just turned around and came back out through that door, then he would have had a good at least 30-40% of that Uber to work with and to actually use it in combat. And you know, fight some other players, have that huge invulnerability advantage. But that's in the past. Now Mix-Up looking to get out here. They're going to probably try to pressure out this Uber charge, see if they can, you know, get it without losing too much. But right now you can see Harblu just staying on the deck. Didn't really want to fall down there, but does now back up through that garage door. He hasn't quite been building for a while, but they do get that Uber charge pop. Pressure from Zalox coming over the top, trying to find Harblu, but Harblu's all the way back, and it in firm control of this point. 50% Uber difference for red team. Also, yeah, also this upper left rollout is new as well, so that's pretty cool. Again, just I'm very much enjoying the differences here on this map. Would love to see this map be played in Highlander as well. I'm sure probably will be. Platinum pushing forward here. TLR went down in the backfield. And Dust right there. Come on, Plat. You got to get this frag. No! Oh my god, that is unfortunate. Plat didn't have the rockets loaded. Just turned around and just saw the medic. In the meantime, you did see through the outline Squid getting the frag. Doubling back here as well to help protect. Seagull with a kill on Shrugger. Lansky goes down. It is just RR who is bombing in here. Does not connect with that mid-air rocket on the scout. Wanted to kill Squid with that. Instead, gets fragged down below by TLR. I believe that's where he went down. Maybe it was backfield. It is pushing in here. They got a good sense. They smell it. They go, you know, first off, we just have to get on this point. Second off, they're backing up. Let's do this right now. Haven't gotten the capture yet. Just kind of playing footsie with it around the point. I don't know, they're trying to work this. RR is down. Traded with TLR. Now getting some big frags though as Platinum Harblu goes down. There goes Indust though. Some damaged players for it. But Seagull is going to have to go bananas. And he can't quite pull that off. That would have been quite a lot to ask of him. And he's going to get away though. And well, sorry, he's not getting away. What am I saying? He's down. He's respawning now. And it holding on to this point. They're going to need to hold this long term. And RR decides to switch up for snipes. Actually a pretty good preemptive change as Enigma is on the heavy weapons guy. I don't think he really thought that one through or knew that that's what was happening, but it certainly should be working in his favor. Sniper, definitely considered a counter to the heavy weapons guy. Pretty sure he hit him with that air shot, that snapshot, or sorry, that headshot. And so Enigma does finally go down. It still maintaining some players. Harblu alive as well still. So both teams just waiting for an Uber charge to really try to work something here. Mix-Up certainly doesn't need to risk anything at this point in time. They can just, you know, chill out and let the Uber build and then get a fight here. They force the Uber a little bit early. That's good for Mix-Up. Seagull backing up here. See Zalox's opposing view. He's also kind of on the back left side. Here's the Uber charge out for Mix-Up. Zalox trying to get some stickies here. Good dodging by the scout. Seagull and Platt getting some frags as well. Zalox has got to get back out here, and he goes down. So capture should just be here, uncontested. And classic Mix-Up going to win the second round, taking us to a score of 1-1. Well played there. You can see in the points. Seagull with 21 going big. That loose cannon definitely a little unusual. You know, some players have converted to it like Seagull, but a lot of players have not. I like to see the diversity, so I'm happy about that. Glad to see players using different things. I think that just adds more excitement to the game. Seagull trying to toss those cannons over, and now switching back to stickies as Banny just bum rushes him, gets the frag. He's gonna go down though. Shrugger still out here. 4 up for IT. Looks like big frags on Harblu. It was RR before he went down. That's a pretty big kill though, as Indust was already down, but it kind of had a slight advantage. You know, the longer that Harblu stayed up though, the more heals he was going to spit out, and the stronger the remaining players for Mix-Up would have been. So important pick there. Uber charges are even. It in control of the point, but that might just be momentarily. Oh, look at that scout thrown up in the air. Does survive the landing. It is Banny Used to getting heights, but not sticky jumping around anymore on the scout these days. Zaylox getting chased out. Oh, and TLR with that flank. Gonna put a stop to that. I believe he cut off that health pack, stole it for himself. Classic Mixup gonna go with a forward hold once again. It's coming out of their right-hand side, trying to position onto that deck. See a couple of the Mixup guys say, let's rotate a different way. Hardblue with a slight advantage here. Both medics have been running Uber this whole game so far. Good splash rockets on the roof. I believe that was pushing Squid back. Still a lot of pressure from it. Hardblue takes 2 rockets down to 40 health. Doesn't quite pop it immediately, but then it's like, oh yeah, I can't take this risk, man. Platinum skirting away. Here comes the Uber from it, trying to push in as well. Looks like Lansky's gonna go downstairs. A couple players there, as well as the scout on the flank as well. Lansky needs some support, but he's gonna go down. The crit as he pulls out that escape plan. Oh, skip over by RR. Oh, I think he was just, I don't know, he might not have had a rocket loaded. Maybe he was just trying to line up the perfect rocket on Hardblue. Either way, unable to land it. And Classic Mixup standing tall on the point for the moment. 70% charge for Mixup. It's a 50% advantage. It going to pressure out here. See if they can either get the frag or an early pop by Hardblue. Hardblue is going to finish building here momentarily. Uses it as soon as he can. They decide they want to stop the capture. Sugar goes down. He did get a pick, well, with combined with Banny and that just backward flank pressure. They did pick off Seagull. Banny continuing to be chased down, surviving, doing a great job dodging. I believe those are his rockets that were flying at him, so they weren't hurting him. It was coverage from Lansky. Lansky and Banny combining for a 2K there. Then RR comes in, or sorry, gets TLR as TLR was flying in. TLR finishes RR and kills Indust. So that's a pretty big pick there. It are going to end up with the point, but Classic Mixup do get the ticker down to 1 minute and 2 seconds. So just 1-1 so far. But this third round, you know, can often be pretty decisive, inspiring for teams. Sugar coming in, that rocket, the snap rocket by whatever soldier that was, ends up hitting the roof there. Squid picked off by Shrugger, looking to clear some stickies. And, you know, he's doing a good job running around like a madman, finding some turf. Shoves Plat away from the Uber charge with those scattergun shots. And Mixup and Hardblue, well, mainly just Hardblue on the point. Seagull on the side here. Hardblue down, though. Great bomb by Lansky. A 2K there. That is Platinum. Comes down and gets killed by Banny. Zaylox, nice sticky to help protect there. As Squid goes down. TLR keeping the pressure up. Indust, pretty much full health. So it going to control the point here. Going to get the flip on the timer most likely, as they do have the Uber charge here. Very comfortable position. And we have Hardblue and company starting to work the decks. Those cannonballs coming over. Trying to get that pressure over on Indust. Do a good job with that. Forward from Lansky. He goes down, though, not able to reconnect. That's Shrugger, who's the forward scout there. He goes down. Banny running around for a flank. Kind of gets spotted out, though, by Squid. Meanwhile, TLR gets fragged, I think maybe on the door there. Hardblue coming out here doesn't have Uber charge. They're just using the numerical advantage that they have. Squid killed Banny. That must have been like back over that way. Because that was Enigma over here who got the kill on... no, I'm not sure. Or he was chasing away Zaylox. There we go. That's what I meant to say. Zaylox down now. And Mixup, you know, a minute left on the point, but it's with 20 seconds on the clock. So they still have an advantage in that regard. Mixup with that Uber charge, though, however. So Mix working that right side. Got some stickies over there. Want to keep some forward pressure here. Indus going to build that Uber charge all the way, though. Now they're starting to rotate in some different directions. Seagull's got a lot of stickies out in different places, though. Pops them now, has to reassert them on the garage door. Decides to have a 4 sticky trap there. Uber comes out directly. Does kind of separate Lansky there. Oh, but he does reconnect. Lansky still in trouble. Only about, 20 health. He craters. Just enough scattergun damage by Enigma. That soldier going to survive. Seagull down. Pressure. Craziness from all over. One scout down low. That's got to be Banny. The clock ticking off. Can they put anybody on the point? Oh, they barely do. They're going to get the overtime here. RR coming in. He's crushing face right now. Indus goes down, but there's still plenty of opportunities for it. Oh, man. Perfect timing for them to get on the point here. Oh, that second splash rocket. Couldn't quite do it. Squid chasing, though, and gets the kill. Or, sorry, Squid gets killed by the chase. That is Shrug running around. Zalox here on the bottom, now with Indust. Oh, man. A capture still going for it. Mix-up continuing to pressure, though. Hardblue out here. And Seagull down to RR. That is a big loss. It gets the capture. They have an overcharge advantage as well. So Mix-up not going to be able to work that at all. They don't have a charge to go in with. They're waiting for the rest of their players. Some of them decide to use other rollouts here, besides the right side where Hardblue is. It's got Seagull right behind him. They need to get on the point, start a capture. There we go. It coming over the top. Lansky with a great frag so far. Throws Hardblue away. It's TLR on the point here. The pressure continues. Hardblue goes down. Oh, man. Indust. What a great comeback on that round to capture it. They were just about to lose it. Stepped on the point just in the nick of time. Get that overtime rolling. Don't really finish the capture for a little bit, but able to get it and then hold it. Very strong round there. Very close. Pressure on Hardblue. Yeah, RR not able to finish that. Might have been out of rockets. I thought he had the time to get one more thrown out there, but he did not. Banny down, so 3 down for it. And Mix-up looking to take initial control again. I want to say my short-term memory is terrible. I want to say they've captured middle first on every single round. I know at least 3 out of these 4 they have for certain. I guarantee it. TLR getting the kill on Shrugger there. And RR looking to come out of the front door. We got that pistol out by Enigma. That's pretty clever. I like to see that pistol. It has a low ammo count for the scout, so you can't just totally stay back and spam it all day. But, you know, you save those scattergun shots, and the scattergun at that range doesn't give you anything. TLR goes down after putting a lot of damage on Indust. Indust forced to use as he comes in to snag that pack. And they're going to have to retreat with that. Hardblue used as well there. It's a little bit focused on what was going on with Team IT. What Hardblue did have to use, not a big deal, as that does just basically push and cycle the Uber charges. Now, pressure coming in here from IT. We also see we have a jump around from RR. Banny goes down. Lansky jumping forward. Shrugger's picked up a kill on Enigma. Squid now moving in. TLR right here can't connect, but with the air shot. It does hit the Tyrone shot as Zalox falls back down. Now Hardblue does take just 1 rocket down there. It goes down to 100 health, 90% overcharge though. And both scouts on the point for Team IT. Platinum jumping in does kind of get thrown backwards. Hardblue has the overcharge ready. Scout jumping into pressure forces Hardblue to use it. A little bit of fighting going on underneath. Excuse me, weird map glitches. I don't know, glitches, correct word. Anyways, just to clarify real quick too, a Tyrone shot. That's what I call when instead of going for the air shot, you hold onto that rocket, you wait for the player to land, and then you hit him. It's accurate. It's consistent. You know, Tyrone kind of criticized, you know, he's a great player for some of his aim. And I think, you know, nothing to do with his quality of aim, but that's just a style that he went for. And, you know, certainly sometimes as a soldier, you just got to go for that. You got to go for that shot that's going to hit. In the meantime, while I'm talking about players of yesterday, good chase down on Hardblue and getting the frag there. Hopefully Tyrone makes a return to the scene sometime. He's a great dude. But I think, you know, he was playing for a while and decided to just kind of move on for a little bit. We'll see if he makes a return. Now, Team It in control of the point, but a fantastic first hold by Classic Mixup, taking 2 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. Do have a spy on the field here. That is Enigma. Comes from behind. Oh, God. Oh, man. Indus, what a perfect glance. Wow, we had a great angle on that. You can see he's just chilling here, and then just glances over just super quick and sees it, gets suspicious, and stays alive there. Enigma, nice attempt at that backstab. I think it was a good call. You know, we talked about sacrifices, suicides earlier. And Enigma knew that was pretty good timing to go for some sort of sacrifice opportunity. Since it was just him going into, they wanted to catch it off guard. Oh no, but Indus drops as Platinum comes bombing in. All that talk about Enigma not getting a pop or a backstab. But in the end, it's Platinum who comes through with the heroic maneuver. TLR down though, and Squid down. Mixup not able to recapture here. That's pretty unfortunate. I didn't see exactly how he went down, but Enigma, considering he respawns before TLR and Squid, must have gone down fairly early in that engagement, which is unfortunate. They basically had a free Uber with no, opposing invulnerability, but now they've lost Platinum, they've lost Harblue. This round seemingly unraveling for Classic Mixup. It continuing to push out here. TLR trying to find some action, but no, shotgun down, Squid down as well, and Seagull only gets a consolation kill on Zalox with the stickies, as Lansky coming around the side gets the frag there. So Classic Mixup, huge initial hold on this central point, but it's less than 20 seconds away from flipping that time. Mixup moving back in, Indust and it with an Uber charge though. So they're just gonna walk out of the doors when they feel they really need to use it. There you go. Platinum jumping around. That must have been RR, I'm pretty sure, on that left side. RR does kill Harblue. Comes in with that flank there. You see Harblue's dead body. Great jump by RR. I saw him skipping around. I kind of wanted to fly over there, but I knew I had to stay focused on that combo. And RR with that flank though. Got that kill on Harblue. And a lot of deaths for Mixup. With Harblue going down, no Uber charge again to work with here. And this is going to be difficult. They're working out, from our perspective, this right-hand side. The ramps instead of the deck. Trying to control that rooftop. TLR and Enigma down. Mixup, uphill battle. 3 versus 6. Not able to stand on the point to delay it. And wow, what a fantastic round by Team It there. A great, initial capture via Classic Mixup. Took a lot of time off the clock, but it just able to get, in advantageous situations and maintain that. Good picks on Harblue. Just able to neutralize things pretty well. And yeah, they even had that unfortunate drop, but Mixup just not able to capitalize in that scenario. Well, we have a little bit of a break here. I want to give some shout outs. I want to shout out 2 upcoming services for aspiring TF2 players. One is TF2.GG, still in a beta phase, but is open to all players. I haven't seen too many games going on there, but I've heard good things about it. Also is TF2Center.com, which is in kind of a, up and down beta sequence. They have open betas. You just have to check their blog when something's going to be happening. And then they've been assessing those situations, the problems, and then fixing them, then going back into beta. Hopefully we'll see them fully launched soon. That site looks very promising. This middle fight, Squid starts it off by taking a ton of damage. RR goes down as well, and it now in the red, feeling a little bit more aggressive. They want to take this middle fight. They want the initial capture, even though so far, as I said at the start of that last round, I don't think they captured it first in any of the other previous rounds. So this time, Squid going down pretty quickly, and it's off to a good start here. With Harblue going down, they're gonna have an advantage. They're gonna feel comfortable about this. The TLR gets a face full of buckshot from Benny. Oh, and the pressure coming in here. Squid and Seagull going down. trying to be really aggressive here. If Hardblue can get chased down, then this plan is really going to backfire, as they need that Uber charge to be built up. Ooh, I would have liked that flank, but obviously with more players spawning, that central exit's definitely going to be covered by other players. So Hardblue going to work the decks here. They are at an Uber disadvantage. Team It also with a time advantage. So Mix-Up going to work around here. Good bomb by Platinum. Gets Zalox and Sugar before the Uber is forced out here. Banny pushing forward, getting a lot of the focus of that Uber charge. Hardblue able to escape with just 13 health. That is pretty dangerous, but thankfully for the Classic Mix-Up team, he's able to get out. He is going to go back to Closet as well. Why not if you're that close? Get that full health and then move in with this Uber charge. Looks like they're going to work this deck side. They are spotted out. Seagull throwing those cannonballs over the top. Mix-Up has taken off, or sorry, It has taken off half of the time on the clock so far. Is that Uber charge, you know, well, they haven't finished capping yet. Do get a good flank from TLR getting in dust. That's going to help them get in the game. Hardblue goes down at the same time, though. Mix-Up still have players on the point. We're keeping that point as long as possible. I think that's why Zalox went out there as well. You know, very unlikely hold there. You know, if Zalox was able to come out and kill 5 people. But if he could just slow down the capture by another 5 seconds, wouldn't, you know, he didn't really sacrifice anything. The whole team kind of needed a reform, so, you know, it's important to be conscious of those respawn factors. Sometimes it is a good time to die, you know, to be aggressive, try to get something, risk and reward, you know, type of deal. It bombing in pretty hard here. They do get TLR on the right side, continuing to throw rockets up. Unfortunately, those rockets not getting very good splash. Mix-Up working the deck, but It going to recapture here. So they took a minute 45 off the clock when Mix-Up recapture, only able to take 45 off the clock. So that does put It in a very good position here. We also have equal Uber charges. Looks like charges coming out the right side here. Platinum on the rooftop. Ubers are popped, and Platinum still getting a little bit of it though. I don't know, maybe there was a saw in there missed. It seemed like that Uber was very long. Indust now down to Platinum, and bomb over the top by Lansky. Look at that shotgun juggling. Oh no, but Zalox survives. Oh no, excuse me, Seagull survives. Still a little color mixed up since we just switched halves here a second ago. So apologies for the bad calls. Zalox getting a frag on TLR on rooftop, and It doing great here. Their second retake takes another minute off the clock, and Hardblue and company gonna have to push in pretty hard here to get this point back. But Hardblue goes down to a nice bomb from RR coming from the deck side. It are not gonna give it up. They just want to keep fighting this out here. Indus jumping out, and he's got 3 players up, trying to keep Zalox happy. Zalox down to 4 though, and that's gonna be the end of that defense. Zalox somehow staying alive there. Didn't get pressured too bad, and he's just going to keep backing up. That is Banny over there playing some footsie. Wow, great holds by It this round. Minute 45 on their first hold, minute 15 on their second hold. They just need a retake to win here, and 2 minutes on the timer, so it'll be a tough hold for Classic Mix-Up. IT starting to put some pressure on, getting on the point. And Mix-Up not really contesting this yet. Oh, pressure in on Indust though. Enigma with a very nice flank in the face of Zalox. Oh, but it's just too much around the other side. If they finish this capture, they got it. Seagull trying to get on the point, but they can't get a presence on it. They can't delay it. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be the match for today. Thanks for tuning in. Classic Mix-Up versus Team It, and It pulling ahead in the end. These teams face off again on Metalworks, RCE5, I think. And I will be covering that for you guys pretty soon, probably in the next couple of days. And then I'll be looking around for some other ESEA matches to cover. definitely looking to increase my output, although other projects are always coming up. And also just wanted to mention again, I mentioned it in my UGC cast from Monday, that the October top 10 clips, we've had issues with them and they're replaying due to the Halloween update. Clips from after the Halloween update are good to go, so we won't have a problem with any November clips. It's not like the entire demo system is broken, but just the previous demos are broken. Valve said they were looking into it for us, but as far as I know, we haven't had a fix to that shipped yet. Also, we will be having more UGC playoff coverage coming your way with a lower bracket matchup on Thursday night, and then we will have a week break from UGC matches due to Thanksgiving in North America. Canadian Thanksgiving at a different time, I guess just United States Thanksgiving. If you don't live in the United States, I hope you have some turkey, some mashed potatoes, and all the traditional U.S. Thanksgiving fixings, because those are delicious foods. But yeah, that's it. That's a little bit of what's we got coming up for us. But thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate your viewership. I am eXtine, and I will see you next time. Peace out.